see here. Nothing's on. All right. So starting the stream off, going to be a quick stream today. We're going to wait for some people to come in. It's Saturday. Happy Saturday, everybody. Milady has been going crazy. Told you guys when we get into this bull run, this is what we're going to be doing. We're definitely going to be coming in multiple videos if we have to daily to see what's going on here. So we're just going to wait for a few people to get in here. Wait for the stream to start. Let me make sure my audio and everything is good. All right, we're good. If you are watching this later on, I appreciate you guys coming in and checking everything out. Let's see here. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Let's go. So, Emmanuel, welcome to the stream. Just waiting for a few other people to jump in, but yes, it is going. Oh, you're saying, bro, it's going down? Well, don't get discouraged. Don't get discouraged. It's not, I don't think it's going down as in like it's going to be going back down to these lows. But we're going to check it because it was technically just down a few minutes ago, down to like 7.9, 7.8. You guys have to remember where we just came from. We just came from the abyss, right? Down here, 440, you know, hitting the 40. Remember 40 was a pump, you know, not too long ago. So just remember where we're at right now. We're up in the 81s right now. You know, we did top out around 92. I was expecting us probably to get close to the 9899 mark right here. If you saw the last video, that's what I was pretty much predicting, that we were going to probably get up here and hit our head and have some kind of a cool off period somewhere. I think the big spot or the big thing right now is really watching where are we going to bounce, right? Where are we going to go down to, and where is the buyers going to take over the sellers? Because right now you can see, obviously, when we did top out over here at the 9.2, we did get taken over by the sellers. They took over, pretty much dropped it down. You know, I don't think it was intentional. It's just, you know, people have made their profits. They made, you know, some people are good with 50, 60% profits. They're just in and out, right? So you see the sell-offs, right? But it wasn't massive. It wasn't massive. If you remember some of these previous sell-offs, it was very quick. Very, very quick. I mean, you would see some of these run-ups, like these right here, these small little pumps. Look at they look so small compared to what we're at right now. But if you see these pumps, I mean, these were almost, it took a few hours or maybe that day for it to pump up. And I mean, within an hour or two, it was right back down, right? Same thing with all these. This is not going to be the same. It already isn't the same. You know, we've been slowly pumping. If you really actually zoom out right here, if you really zoom out, you can see we've kind of been going up and retesting spots and hitting resistance and retesting spots. So it hasn't been, it's not exactly the way it looks like a straight pump up. You know, it took 48 hours for us to get up to where we're at right now. So, but yep. Welcome, guys. Anybody that's coming in new, we're just checking out Milady. Obviously, we're not moving down, but we did top at a local high. This was a local high at around 92. Currently sitting obviously around 81.5. We're going to see where we go from here. But like I was just stating, you know, it's really right now is going to be the main thing is where are we going to bounce at? Where are we going to go down to? And we can check out some spots for us to find out to see what we've previously had as some support. So this blue line indicates where we're at right now, right? Where we're currently at. I wouldn't doubt that we find some solid support, and I'm going to start putting the lines up. Let's see here. So I wouldn't doubt that we find some support if we are going to continue to move towards the downside. Is around 7.9, and that's already actually just 5-10 minutes ago. That's exactly where we were at. Someone asked me why I'm using the lines. We can switch to candles today, if that makes you feel any better. Candles are a little bit more precise, right? The candles are a little bit more precise. Now you can see where we topped out, 92.7. So about 93 is where we topped out. And we did just hit some support right here at the 78, 79 mark. So we're going to keep a close eye on that. If you guys, want to check out any other projects while I do have the stream up, we definitely can. I don't mind looking at anything else. Bitcoin right now, currently sitting at around right under 44,000. If you guys remember yesterday, someone said that we looked like we were forming a possible head and shoulders, and I actually said, you know what, it looks like we're creating a small bull flag, and I predicted, I said we're gonna move in this channel, and then we're probably gonna move up, and that's exactly what we did. And if you can see, there's another small bull flag that's forming right now with this right here. So we'll see how this plays out. They don't always play out like that, but a lot of times they do, right? 60% of the time it works every time, right? So I was explaining a bull flag. You have the pole right here, and then you have this downward kind of channel that forms, and eventually it'll break, causing an upward momentum, right? And it looks like we formed not as big of a bull flag right here, but it looks like a small bull flag. Maybe we'll come stay in this channel and have some kind of a possible move up. We're still trying to break this 44.8, which we have technically. We've already hit this 44.8, but let's see, right before, no, we've hit 44.8, I think. I'm pretty sure we have. But we keep hitting our head on it, so we'll see how it is. I actually do like the candles a little bit more, so we're gonna stick with the candles for now. Welcome, guys. How you guys doing today? If you guys have any other projects, we can definitely check them out right now. We are live for a little while. I hope everybody's having a great Saturday. If you haven't already, hit that like, hit the subscribe. I appreciate everything from you guys. So right now, Milady is having a little cool off, right? I mean, it's good. It's a positive thing, right? You do not want, I'm telling you, as much as you guys want to see this thing go straight up, up, we don't want to see that, because as fast as it goes up, it goes down faster, right? So we want to see a nice little cool off. What I was stating when we first started off with the stream was that we're looking for a solid spot of a bounce. That's what we're looking for. We want to get that natural cool off, and then we want to see a nice bounce. Like something like where we've already we did drop down to the 7.8. I have this line right here. Let's see here. So that line is basically mapped off of another spot right here. And you know what, now that we have the candles, because it's a little bit more precise, I can actually move that line to about right there. And where does that line put us? Pretty much exactly where we're at right now. So this is going to be a solid spot that we're going to want to hold. We're going to want to hold this spot that we have right now. If we do drop a little bit under where we're at right now, it's okay. It's perfectly fine. But as long as we keep kind of retracing and getting back around this 8-1-8 level, that's where we pretty much want to stay. So let's see here. Emmanuel, is 5 billion Milady good enough? Not thinking that of getting more. Wait. So not thinking that of what you're saying? Are you thinking about getting more, or you're thinking that you're not right now thinking about getting more? So $5 billion. I don't know exactly what that comes out as far as money, but what I always say to everybody's got a different financial system, right? A financial situation, and whatever you can afford to invest, and you always want to invest what you're willing to lose. You always want to invest what you're willing to lose. If you start taking, those risks with possible bill money or money that you might need, your backup money, it gets you stressed out, because what if something happens and you buy in right now and then we start dropping 50-60%, you will be down on all that money, and it puts you in a bad position. So you always want to kind of position yourself for both outcomes, where it's going to be good and it's going to be bad, right? So you always want to invest money that you're willing to pretty much either not lose, but you don't need the money for a while, because I don't think investing at any price right now with Milady is a loss, right? I think that at some price points it could be where you're going to be holding on to it a lot longer for you to get in the green, or to make the money that you want. You know, so that's why you want to just make sure that any money that you're investing is just money that you have just sitting on the side. That's going to most likely sit in the bank or whatever the case may be, under your bed and your shoebox, right? So, all right, guys. So we are currently at the 7-9. This is going to be a pivotal spot that we need to hold right now. Now we're back up to the 80. This is going to be a spot, like I keep saying, that we're going to want to hold. We definitely need to hold this spot right here for us to go on another run. Welcome, guys, everybody that's in. Say hello in the chat. If you guys have any kind of any like altcoins or anything like that you guys want to map out, I have another tab ready for whatever. I hope everybody's having a great Saturday. I appreciate you guys coming in. We're not going to be here for too long, right? We're not going to be here for too long. I'm going to have you guys back on your day. But we are mapping everything out. So this is Bitcoin. Look at these bull flags that we're forming. Again, I said yesterday in the live stream, I said Bitcoin, someone said possible head and shoulders. And I said it looks more like a bull flag. And exactly what I stated, it happened, right? No, it doesn't always happen like that. But it did, where we kind of broke out of this channel. And now we formed another bull flag, so we'll see how this works out. It doesn't work every time like that, right? It does not work every time like that. We could possibly be forming now maybe some kind of a head and shoulders. I highly doubt it, but we'll have to see how it plays out. Bitcoin's been fairly strong. It's been fairly strong. Even when you think we're on our way back down, where, you know, it's like a trick. They're basically pushing out, you know, all those shorters, and the people that have been shorting Bitcoin have been getting wrecked. If you're shorting Bitcoin right now, good luck. Good luck. Because you're going to get wrecked eventually. You might make some money, but it will come back to get you. Welcome, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming in. So right now, again, let's go. So right now, Milady, sitting at around the 80 mark. If you're just coming in, I'll repeat myself. I don't mind it. You know, so Milady, this is a natural cool off that we're looking for, right? We're looking for this natural cool off for us to kind of just find a spot for some support, so we can kind of get on that next leg up, right? Our next spot that we're really, like I've said before, if you haven't already, I did post a video a little earlier, just a quick update on like some TA as far as Milady. At the time, Milady was sitting up here towards its local high, and I did call for maybe us coming up around 98 to 99, and then possibly hitting our head right there, right before dropping that 0, and then getting the cool off. We kind of got the cool off a little bit before I wanted to see it, but it is what it is. You know, we don't have the power to control this, so all we can do is kind of look at the charts and see what do you think the charts are telling us, right? What are the charts telling us? And right now, obviously, the charts are telling us that Milady is very, very bullish. Milady is very bullish. Sitting right now just for above its 200-day moving average. Right now, we're currently sitting above at 135%. So that right there just tells you how bullish Milady is. So let's see here. Bitcoin's looking great. Any other projects that you guys want to look at while we are mapping out Milady? Cardano. Look at Cardano. All right, I'm glad we brought this up. So look at Cardano. Look at Milady. Look at Milady. Look at Cardano. They look exactly the same. Right? You guys, I mean, I'm not giving out any financial advice, but don't get faked out by this little sell-off right here. Do not get faked out, because right now, all the altcoins are pretty much in sync. They're all in sync right now. And they're all poised to just keep making another leg up. We're going to have these cool-off periods where, you know, we're going to need to naturally just find some support. ADA right now sitting at around 58 cents. It did top out. I made a video earlier today, and it was the top of the fib, and it actually broke that top of the fib. Topped out somewhere around right at the 65-cent mark, and it is sitting at around 58%. Let's map out what Cardano's done, like as far as the cool off. So it's gone down 10%. Let's see what Milady's done. From the top to right here, Milady's gone down 15%. Now the reason is because obviously Milady has a lot smaller market cap. It's going to have bigger swings. You're going to have bigger swings, but that also means on the way up, you're going to have faster swings up. So it's just part of the environment, right? Especially with Milady having still such a small market cap, sitting at around $70 million, compared to something like ADA that's sitting at around, I believe, like $4 or $5 billion. Don't quote me on the price. I haven't checked it in a while as far as market cap, but it's somewhere up there. So I appreciate you guys being here. Make sure if you guys have any other projects that you guys want to look at, let me know. Let's check out ICP while we are here. You guys know that I am a big ICP guy, you know. I do. I always root for the underdog. Same thing. ICP looks slightly different than because it hasn't really. ICP's been going on a natural run, right? Look at that beautiful chart, but it hasn't. It's different than Milady. Milady kind of was a little bit more lag when ICP was already kind of moving its way up. Milady wasn't. Milady was slightly moving right, but then it had that just crazy parabolic move up. ICP's kind of been more of on such a higher slope is what I was gonna say. It's been more of a natural, just kind of a move. So ICP, same thing though. All the altcoins right now are getting a little bit of a break. They've been pumping like crazy. Solana, let's see what Solana's doing. Same thing. Look at Solana. Solana's sitting at $73. We did top out at around $77. Guys, I am pissed. I was literally had the buy button. I had the buy button ready to buy Solana at $8 when it was like down to nothing. When it was down here and it crashed like crazy. It's even back here. Yeah, back here it was at $8 and I was like, should I buy in? And I remember making a video saying, oh, you know what? I'm not going to buy into Solana until it hits about $5 or $6. And it never did. It never did. And now it's at $73. So if you guys are new to the channel, welcome. Make sure you guys hit the like, hit the subscribe. I appreciate you guys coming in. We are just mapping out Milady right now. We are currently sitting at around 81. We're here. We're looking at this natural cool off period. Don't think that it's just Milady coming down. It's definitely not. You can see Solana. There's a lot of major projects right now that are all doing the same thing. Let's check out Ethereum. Let's see what Ethereum's doing. That's the king of the alts. So Ethereum's also kind of having a, it's actually not like a big move. It's really just sitting in that same little channel right there. And that right there, let me see something here. Look at these bull flags that it's formed. Now, I don't know if I would call this a bull flag necessarily. It could. This is a beautiful bull flag right here. You see the pole right here, and then you see this beautiful channel right here that's going down. That right there is a beautiful bull flag, and look what happens always. Well, let me refrain from saying always because it's not always like that, but it does happen a lot. That bull flag usually is a bullish indicator stating that we're going to be having a nice leg up, and that's exactly what happened. So Milady's really holding strong, 81. Like I said, this is looking bullish. It very is looking bullish. I wouldn't doubt if we can continue to hold on. We also are in the weekend. The weekend always has like a crazy, like some weekends are like they blow up, right? Some weekends you look at your chart and it's like freaking we've gone up. Bitcoin's like just shot up out of nowhere. And then a lot of weekends we'll have where we don't really do much because the volume starts to drop. There's really a little bit of a sell-off, but the volume's not really there. And then when we come back in on Monday, it's like we're back up and running again, right? I don't know why. It's like people still have that stock market mind frame where they trade during the weekdays and they kind of sell off on the weekends and just like wait and then they buy back in on Monday. That ain't us. Typical crypto people, we're buying in unless you're doing like day trading, swing trading, stuff like that. Usually typical crypto people we've already bought in and we're holding, right? If anything, we're adding to our bag. So, yep. But right now, again, we are sitting holding that 80 mark. I can't stress to you guys enough how bullish this actually is. Before, on some of these big pumps that we've seen, let me zoom out. We've seen massive drops. I mean, immediately within like that day. Look at this candle right here. This candle right here. Look at it. We shot all the way up, jumped up 70%, and then dropped right back down 50% within hours. Same thing on this one. This pump is different. We've been pumping since 2 days ago. We've been slowly moving up, and then we had some big spots where we've shot up. But looks like we're really trying to hold this 80 mark. I do know, like on Reddit, if you guys are watching from Reddit, I appreciate you guys coming in. Reddit has been, going crazy with Milady. The community is building, and I said this when we were, down and out. I said we have to wait not everybody knows about Milady, right? Or they've maybe glimpsed at it and saw it and then just kind of wrote it off. But now that Milady's seeing these crazy runs and the market cap starting to build itself up, now you're going to have people like, holy crap, coming back to Milady. And I saw people putting in like a couple of the videos, the comments like that, like this almost like a Pepe effect, right? It very much could be. We need to see the volume coming up. Do you know? So earlier when we were up at these local highs, you know what the volume was for Milady? Anybody know what the volume was? As a 24-hour volume. So the market cap's around $70 million, right? Which is so small. You know what the volume, how much money has come in and out of Milady in the last 24 hours? Don't go cheating and looking right now. Just kidding. Was around like $9 million. $9 million. Do you understand how small that is? Like how small that is. Do you imagine when $50 million comes into this, $100 million of volume comes into this? The amount of momentum that we're going to get off of a volume move like that is going to be insane. It really is. It's going to be insane. So if you're even questioning right now, did you miss the boat? You could be getting an opportunity, and obviously I'm not giving out financial advice, but you could be getting an opportunity to possibly, find a good entry point, because we're having a nice cool off. Right now I just mapped it out from the top of where we just went. We're sitting somewhere around now 13%. We were about 15% a little while ago. And, that's what we need to see. If you were to ask me right now, what do I think is going to happen? Obviously, I don't exactly know what's going to happen. But what I think is going to happen is we're going to see this little cool off. Maybe we might cool off a little bit more. I mean, we're looking at something like this too. Now that I'm using these candles, I can see a little bit better as far as spots that we've kind of hit our head on locally right here. And I wouldn't doubt if we do break the 80 mark, I wouldn't doubt that we do maybe come down towards the 76, 77 mark, somewhere around here, and then bounce back up. But what I would love to see, what would be the most bullish thing on this cool off, would be where we're at right now. So we can struggle for a little bit longer, or whatever the case, if it takes another day or two, and we hang out around this 80 mark, and then we start moving back up. All we need is like Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now is sitting around, let's see here, right under 44,000. Bitcoin, having a little, not a cool off, but it is from its little highs right here. Bitcoin's also cooling off. So it's not just Milady, it's the whole market. The whole market right now is kind of just cooling off. We've had a crazy run in this last week, and I mean the whole market. The whole market has had a crazy run. We can't consistently keep moving up. We got to have some kind of natural cool offs where we can bounce, find some support, and then make our way back up. So everybody, if you guys are just tuning in, I appreciate you guys coming in. Make sure, if you haven't already, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Let me know in the chat if you guys want to look at any other projects. I will pull the charts up and we can look at whatever's going on right now. Milady right now currently struggling. We have the buyers and sellers right now at each other's throats at that 80 mark, trying to see who's going to come out ahead, right? Who's got more money, the buyers or the sellers? Well, we're going to see. Another big thing that's holding us good is you have a lot of long-term investors with Milady. A lot of people, you guys have been in the channel, we know we've been in here for the last 7 months screaming about Milady, and people have been just buying in and buying in and buying in. And those people are holding. They're holding that line. So with that being said, I don't think the sellers right now obviously are going to be a lot of people, not all of them, but a lot of people that bought in possibly relatively recent and probably are looking that their portfolios are up 60, 70% and they're taking profit, which that's what happens with these projects, with all of them, crypto, everything, Bitcoin. That's what happens. People are here to make a little bit of money, right? We're here to make a lot of money. And how you'd make a lot of money is these 60, 70% swings. They're cool and all, but don't you want to get 200, 300, 1,000x? That can happen. That very much can happen. Remember, Milady sitting at the market cap around $70 million. You saw something like Shiba and Dogecoin shoot up hundreds and hundreds of percent, and those things were billion dollar market cap. So imagine if we can get the volume, the exposure, the hype behind Milady, what this thing actually could do. This thing has the potential to just, we've been saying it in all the videos, melt faces, right? I think this is going to be a whole nother meeting of melt faces. is what I'm thinking. So welcome, guys, if you guys are coming in new. Bitcoin sitting currently around right under $44,000. We did form a nice another bull flag, so we'll see how it works. This volume, because we're in the weekend, could be very stagnant, very small. We could move even more like towards the 43.5, go to the bottom of this channel before we probably get to where it's going to be Sunday or Monday in the next 2 days, and then we start moving our way back up. That usually is what happens during the weekends. But again, these weekends are so wishy-washy, where you can have one weekend where it's just so dead and it's boring. Some weekends where we're moving down, and then you have these explosive weekends where out of nowhere we're just like moving up. We're just shooting up like crazy on a freaking Sunday, while everybody's at church. So it's just crazy how crypto works. Don't you guys love? One thing that I just like I love, and I always show the people that are invested in stocks, is like I never forget went back like 2 years ago. I'm looking at my portfolio, and it's like Sunday. Oh, Super Bowl. I'm in Tampa, and we were hosting a Super Bowl party, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, yeah, it was Dogecoin at the time, I believe. It was like when we won the Super Bowl, so I think it was 2020, so 3 years ago, and no, I think it was 2021. But I'm like, yeah, I'm looking at my crypto. It's like it was up like 75%. Dogecoin had like a crazy spike. Elon must have just tweeted, and I remember someone's like, the markets are closed, and I'm like looking at him with this big grin on my face, like, your markets are closed. Crypto is 24/7, and they were like, they gave me this look like, are you kidding me right now? Like 24/7, and I'm like, yeah, man, 24/7. Crypto does not sleep. And that's how it is. That's what you got to be built for this life. But you come into crypto, and you know how it goes. It's like you never want to leave again, especially if you get some good days and some good investments. Welcome, guys. Again, it's like a broken record, but I keep seeing people flowing in, so we're gonna just keep just basically saying what we've already said. Milady, we're watching, we're mapping, we're at 81 right now. We are basically in a battle right now with the buyers and sellers. We're trying to hold this 80 mark. This 80 mark right here is going to be a solid bounce if we can just basically hold it. Even if we move a little bit down, which we have already, we've moved a little bit down towards the 78 mark, and then we've quickly come right back up. So this is what we're pretty much trying to hold, is that 80 mark. If we can bounce at this 80, I will see another leg up. I wouldn't doubt that we come right back up to this top of this fib, and we get towards where I was predicting earlier today at getting towards dropping this 0 at the 10 mark. Now, again, that 10 mark, whenever we get up to this 10 mark, is going to be a struggle. I'm seeing if we're not going parabolic and we just have one of those fast, move ups, then I'm seeing that we're probably going to most likely have a struggle getting past that 10 mark. We might drop that 0 and then keep getting it back. Drop that 0, keep getting it back. And we're going to have to keep hitting our head on the top of this fib and then possibly breaking through eventually, right? That's what I think's most likely going to happen, but I wouldn't be surprised if we somehow make a clean bounce off of this 80 mark at some point and then just fly right by that 10 mark. If we were able to, this would be the most bullish narrative, or bullish situation right here, is if we bounce off this 80 at some point, right? Bounce off this 80, start coming, we break these local highs of about 93, 94, break those local highs, and we break the 99.10 mark. We kind of make a nice candle up, maybe 10.5 towards 11, and then bounce, finding support at this 99.10 mark. If we can find support right there, that in my eyes would be probably one of the most bullish things that you could have for Milady right now. Because remember, we're not looking for a move where we're moving up 200% in just one day, because it's going to come down just as fast. We don't want to see that. We want to see these nice moves, but now we're going to want to see where we're just slowly moving 10-15% here and there, because that's basically going to help us out, weeding out a lot of these quick buyers that are just buying in for the quick gains and then selling. Remember, Milady is a long-term project. It hasn't even hit the surface on what I think the potential of what we could get to as far as market cap. Right now, market cap for Milady sitting at around $70 million. That is pennies compared to what some of these projects have gotten to and what they're at right now. You have, for instance, I'm always saying like Shiba. You have Pepe. Pepe would be the most relevant kind of meme coin that we can speak of, because Pepe started from the bottom down at like $10 million market cap, and at its point of the top. I don't know exactly, but I do know it was at like $5 or $6 billion, if not more. You guys can correct me in the comments if you guys know, but we were up there. Could you imagine if Milady gets up to $5 or $6 billion? That's like 1,000x from where we're at right now. Forget all the 200% gains that you just grabbed. That's another 100, 200, 500x from where we're at right now. And that's where I think we possibly have the potential of going. Even if we get to even $1 billion market cap from where we're at right now, you're talking about 100x most likely. So thank you guys, everybody that's come in. Again, we're mapping out Milady. Right now, we're looking at the whole market though. Everything right now is kind of just having a slow little, a nice little breather. I pulled up a couple other charts that we're looking at. Cardano, same thing. Look at Milady and look at Cardano. Same thing. Let's look at Solana. A lot of these major altcoins are kind of all just doing the same thing, where they're having a nice little cool off. And that's pretty much what Milady's doing right now. Milady's sitting at around 81. And I think another thing too, Milady's kind of coupled onto the Bitcoin chart and a lot of these major altcoins. If you notice, we kind of are basically doing the same thing as what all these other projects are doing. And, you know, from what I've seen, the predictions and what a lot of these projects are poised to do, I mean, these things are going to be going a lot higher. And I think Milady's basically grabbed on and kind of is going in sync with a lot of these altcoins. So before, Milady was really not in sync with a lot of the altcoins. It was kind of just doing its own thing because it was like on the back burner for a lot of investors. I think in the last few days, since we've seen some massive gains, a lot of people have jumped on and they're basically watching and seeing what Milady actually can do. And I think a lot of, like I keep saying, I know investors, they think alike. They look and they see what's the market cap. The number one thing you always want to look at on a project is the market cap. If you're buying, like, and I say that, but you could always have an argument, well, what about Bitcoin? Bitcoin's market cap is the highest in crypto and it's been doing great, and you're correct. But we're talking about the most gains, right? The most gains. If all these projects are really going to be going in sync with each other, what do you think is going to do better? A project that has $10 billion market cap or a project that's at $100 million, right? The $100 million project possibly is going to make better gains percent-wise just because the market cap is so little. So we'll see how it goes. So your thoughts on the next bull run from this point? You know, I'm going to speak on Bitcoin, right? Because Bitcoin's kind of predicting the whole market. I'm going to speak on Bitcoin, and I truly do believe, because we have been just so strong in Bitcoin. I said this before on a lot of my videos before we even hit, we were at the 38, 39,000 mark, and I said, if we can get past 40 and hold 40, I was like, you're going to start turning on your local news, not your local, but the big national news channels, and you're going to see Bitcoin on every day on their business hour and stuff like that. And if you go on a lot of these, I'm not even going to name them, but a lot of these news channels that have like the business, section of them, they're all talking about Bitcoin. They're all, most of it's good. Some of it you'll have, the stock market guys come on there because they're terrified of crypto, and they'll try to spread FUD and stuff like that. But the point is that now we've hit mainstream on the news channels, and what I'm getting to is that's the exposure that we need to bring us up for the next leg. Obviously, the ETF, if you guys haven't heard, the ETF is supposedly 100% solid to be accepted between January 5th and January 10th of 2024. And that's what I think is really holding Bitcoin at where we're at right now, at that 44 mark, above 40. That's what I think is really holding it. If we can get that ETF approved, we can keep the news channels, everybody, talking about Bitcoin. We're going to be what do I think about this? Is all set up to my answer is I think that 2024 we're going to see probably some new highs with Bitcoin. And what do I think about the altcoins? It's always a lag effect. If Bitcoin jumps up $70,000 to $80,000, you're going to see Ethereum get up to probably about $7,000 or $8,000. You're going to see a lot of these altcoins follow behind. A lot of times it's a few weeks or a month behind, but it always happens. But it's based on if Bitcoin itself can really stay solid and keep that bullish narrative in the market. So right now, Milady, 83. So the candle, if you can see, we'll zoom in the candle. Look at the, so we did bottom out right here at the 78 mark. And we have since then really been fighting to get past that 80 mark. And we did. Right now we're at the 83. So like I said, if this plays out the way that we want to see it, that bounce is going to be epic. That bounce is going to be epic because we're going to blow right by this local high. And like I said, we're going to be talking about dropping to zero here very soon. Now, this could play out a little bit longer. It could play out tomorrow, the next couple days. But if that's the case, who cares? We shouldn't be in a rush. I think we need to take in how much we've moved in the last couple days. I was going to say a few weeks. In the last few days, how much Milady has moved. Take that in and understand that everything's going to take, it just takes its time, you know. We don't need these moves where we're going to move 100% every day, because that's when we're going to come falling down even fast. So we want to make these natural moves, but we want to hold on to a lot of these gains. That's going to be the main thing, is holding on to a lot of these gains. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like, hit the subscribe. I appreciate you guys coming here on a beautiful Saturday. Where you guys at? I'm down here in Florida. I'm looking at the temperature on my computer, and you guys wouldn't believe. So a couple days ago, I think I had a live, and it was like 40 degrees outside. And I was like, it is cold down here in Florida. I'm in Tampa. So 4 degrees is cold for us. But now, what do you guys think we're at right now? My computer, don't look it up. Don't look it up. My computer right now says that we're at 80 degrees outside. 80 degrees. So we're back up into that tropical weather. But it's probably, I know it is. It's blue skies outside. You know, it's a little, like, has a nice breeze. So it feels great outside. It really does. It feels great. Let's see here. So where's the top for Milady before big correction? So that's a good question. So big correction, you know, I don't, you know, as far as like a big correction, I don't really want to say that we have a big correction even coming, because I mean, if you really think about it, this is the whole Milady chart, right? This is the whole Milady chart. Milady's only been out since May. You know, so if you think about it, we've only been out for about 7 months. It might be like maybe like 7 or 8 months. I don't know the exact how many, but 7 or 8 months, you know, is a very, very short chart, right? Especially in crypto. And I don't think that we've really done anything yet. So if you were to ask me, where do I think the top for Milady is who knows? Like I was just saying like 5 or 10 minutes ago, Milady has the potential to do something crazy, where if we hit the billions of dollar market cap, we're going to be massive. We're going to be dropping multiple zeros, you know? And right now it's any man's guess, right? It's any man's guess. I couldn't even tell you where I think the top is for a bull run. But for right now, like I said, the only thing we can do is really look at the charts for what we see right now. And like I keep saying, this bounce at around 8 that we're at right now is what we want to do. We want to see that, and then we want to take small baby steps as far as getting up towards this 99.10 mark, dropping. Let's talk about just dropping this 1-0 right now, right? Let's just take it 1-0 at a time. Can you take it slow with me? Let's just take it slow, 1-0 at a time, right? All right, Thomas, you're over in Cali, bro. I did a lot of business in Cali. I used to fly from Florida to California back a while back. This was probably about 10 years ago, because it's popping up on my feed like 10 years ago. I used to go up to San Francisco, San Jose, I think it was, up there in like Redding County, up there in the Triangle, if you know what I'm saying, up there in those mountains. I used to go up there a lot. And then, you know, it's completely up. Northern California is so different from Florida, because it's like so cool. It's like cold up there like year round, and it's always like kind of like almost like Seattle. It's like it's always like rainy, misty, and Florida's like the complete opposite. But one day I had a layover, and I flew down to Los Angeles, and I was like, holy crap, it was so pretty down there in California. It reminded me of Florida. It really did. So let's see here. So slow is no problem. Let's see here. If it goes 100x in 2 years, right? Bro, that's what it is. So 2 years, it's like crazy. Like, what do you think the whole crypto market's going to be like in 2 years from now? 2 years from now, already like the crypto market, I'm predicting that the in like 2 years from now, we'll probably be somewhere where gold is, where gold, the market, and I'm talking market cap wise, gold's market cap is at around 10 trillion. I see us probably somewhere around there, if not exceeding possibly $10 trillion. And now if you could do the math, $10 trillion, Bitcoin's always used around 50% dominance. So Bitcoin would have a market cap somewhere around $4 to $5 trillion, and then it would trickle down from there as far as all the projects. Oh, you're in Orange County, nice. That's Orange County is Southern California. Hell yeah, bro. I will tell you guys, one thing I love about California was all the burritos. All the burrito shops, San Diego and all around there, bro. I would eat burritos like 3 or 4 times a day. I would literally eat burritos because I love burritos, dude. I don't know what it is. Like, I love all kinds of food. I work out, I do bodybuilding and stuff like that. And I need to turn my camera on one day and we'll do a live feed. But not that I'm like this enormous person, but I work out a lot, right? I always, like, before I started the stream this morning, I'm always at the gym every morning. But I love burritos, dude. I love them. I love that you can just kind of customize a burrito, and a real California burrito has to have tater tots or French fries. Now, let's see here. It says, I'm guessing you said I got 3 trillion of Lady. You have 3 trillion? What does that come out to right now? I'm sure you're probably sitting pretty right now, dude. I wonder, would you guys consider 3 trillion a whale? Would you consider him, I mean, maybe not a whale, but what would you consider him? Like maybe like a baby shark? Something like that? Like something, he's got to have some kind of pool around here, right? Yeah, I don't know what it is. I'm not Mexican, but I love Mexican food. Like, I guess like maybe in another life I was like Mexican, because like I freaking love Mexican food. I don't know what it is. And I used to live in so I'm from Florida, but we lived, my dad got a job, he's an electrical engineer, and we moved to Dallas for a few years for work. And we lived in Dallas, and they don't have burritos over in Dallas, but they had some damn good like Mexican. It's like a different Mexican than California, but they had a bunch of it's Tex-Mex over there. So I actually prefer Tex-Mex, believe it or not, for a lot of the Mexican kind of food, because it's delicious. It's all that queso and stuff like that. You guys are getting me hungry now. I am going to lunch here in a little while, so so now I'm gonna be going there like a raging freaking bull, ready to eat. That's the perks of bodybuilding, is I love to eat. So it's like, that's like my motivation, is I love to eat. So I just love bodybuilding, getting big and stuff like that. So right now we are sitting at the 80 mark again. So again, if you see this candle right here, looks like we did top out real quickly at around the 83. We're going to have to see how it goes. Again, us sitting at around this 80 mark is lovely. This is what we want to see. This is exactly what we want to see. We want to see this 80 mark hold, because like I've already said multiple times, this would be a nice catalyst for us to bounce up and get towards this 99.10 mark and hit our head up there. Hopefully we fly right by it, but I'm predicting that we're most likely going to break that zero. We'll drop a zero, and then we're going to kind of most likely get rejected a couple times. You never know, though. We could fly right by. Milady has been going crazy. So, guys, if there's any other altcoins while we have the live stream going, let me know. We can check everything out. Bitcoin still kind of just sitting there. I think right now for this weekend, we're going to sit in like a cool off phase where everything's kind of just going to cool off. Nothing crazy is going to happen. Let me check out Fetch AI. It's a big project that I was invested in. Fetch AI has really kind of been just sitting in this channel. Nothing crazy. It had such a parabolic run like a month ago that it's really just been cooling off. Solana. Oh, I clicked the wrong one. Oops. Solana, let's see here. Solana, same thing. So you guys see, we zoom out for Milady. Look at Milady and look at Solana. All the altcoins are really doing the same thing right now. They're really just cooling off, trying to find a spot for some solid support and building that momentum so we can kind of bounce back up and start getting to these new local highs. So we're going to see how this plays out. But I appreciate you guys coming today. I really do. Let me see something. Someone's texting me. Yes. All right. All right. All right. So let's see your thoughts on, what is that? Findora? Never heard of it. Let's check it out. Welcome, guys. See some new people coming in. Findora. So first thing first, when I will briefly just look at it, you see here 200-day. This thing's not going to be bullish until it breaks this 200-day. You see how it's bounced multiple times and hit its head on the 200-day. This thing needs to break 200 and find support above 200. That's when you're going to find some nice bullish action for Findora. So it's possibly coming. You know, everything right now, I think it's going to have its time in the shine. Everything, right? Not just Bitcoin and Milady and stuff like that. Everything's going to have its shine, but you have to wait. That thing needs to definitely hit above its 200-day for it to really start getting bullish. So, which would probably be a good time right now to be adding to your bag if you're invested in that project. Not financial advice, but you know, just adding to your bag, because right now it's under that 200-day, so you're not going to see anything really explosive just yet. A lot of times when these projects confirmation when they bounce off of the 200-day, like you see here, Milady just formed, because remember, Milady is only 7 months old. Milady just formed a 200-day weekly average. I'm sorry, 200-day average. I said 200-day weekly. No, 200-day. There's two different things. It hasn't formed a 200 week. It definitely hasn't been out that long, but a 200-day average, it formed back here, I think like a month ago. And you can see right here, you see how we kind of did a nice bounce on it. We broke it, kind of broke under it, and then we bounced right on that 200-day right here, and then we started going parabolic. And that's what you're going to need for a lot of these projects if they haven't already. Most of these bigger projects have already broke their 200-day moving, bounced off it, and they're already 100% above their 200-day moving average. This 200-day moving average, if you can see from Milady right here, from where we're at right now, we're 122% above our 200-day moving average. So that's another thing. We broke that. We're well past that. So, guys, listen, everything's looking great. I just wanted to come up with a quick stream. If you guys haven't already, make sure you hit that like, hit the subscribe. I'm going to be monitoring all day. I did post a video earlier on my thoughts as far as, like, you know, with Milady. Pretty much the same thing that we have right now, but hey, go support the channel and go watch it. But other than that, I am going to let you guys go because I do have plans. I'm going to go to lunch, but I'm going to be watching the charts the whole time. I thank you guys so much for everything you guys have done, helping build the channel. We did just break. Let's see here real quick while I have you guys on here. We did just break on the channel. This is a big milestone for the channel. We broke 800 subscribers. We're at 810 subscribers, guys. My channel's been out for about a year as of this week, I believe. So I appreciate everything you guys have done. I really do. I thank you guys so much for everything. And this channel is just going to continue to grow. I'm going to be here for you guys. I'm not going to turn into like these big YouTubers or nothing like that. Like, I'm going to make sure that we're here solid, commenting on everything that you guys post. And I'll just make sure, you know, whatever we need, I'll make sure to bring it as far as, you know, our investments and stuff like that. So again, I thank you guys so much. Hope you guys have a wonderful Saturday. We might have another another live stream later. We'll have to see how this plays out. But just remember, holding this 80 mark is where we're going to have a solid spot. That's what we're going to need. But don't get worried if we do break that 80 and we come down maybe to the 72, 73 mark. It's not a big deal. We've already moved up so much. A nice cool off can be naturally good. So, and the whole market's kind of moving in sync right now. So it's not just Milady. Again, thank you guys so much. You guys have a great Saturday. Get outside if it's not freezing out there. Get some exercise. Thank you, man. See ya.